What's up, guys? Matt here in Long Beach at the MBM class, and this is vlog number 18. Alright, so today's question here for the vlog from the MBM show in Long Beach is from Terry Stonebarger. And Terry's question was,
I would like to know how to make the next step to grow our business.
So Terry wants that next step, how to step off the ledge to grow that business. We're going to answer that question here in today's vlog. Alright, so Terry was telling me a little bit about her story and how she has working 3 jobs and her husband's working, and they obviously don't have a ton of time with the marketing side of it. And that's kind of the biggest thing as far as taking that step and really committing to the business. And that was something that was hard for me off the start as well. Now, I did have a little bit of an advantage because my wife and I both worked from home. So Lorene and I could trade off on the kids and doing different things around the house. So we could kind of work when we wanted to and really focus on the business side of it. So that made it a little bit easier for us, but the biggest thing is just committing. And unfortunately, when you have multiple jobs like we did and you're trying to start a business, obviously you can't just completely stop it and start that business because you need to have some type of steady income to get going in the business. That was probably the hardest part, is knowing kind of when it's time to get out of, in my instance, the teaching side of it and focus full time on just the business. And that's something that honestly took us, we were probably 4.5, 5 years into it before that happened. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Unfortunately, and fortunately for me, is I'm a late nighter. I'll stay up 24 hours. So when we would get home, I would work non-stop, and my main work times for the business were probably 10 p.m. till 3 a.m. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way that you have to do it off the start, because a lot of us are working full-time jobs during the day to provide that steady income for our family. So a few different things that I found that kind of worked for us when I wanted to kind of take away from working 24 hours a day non-stop and doing a lot of onesie-twosies, was that's when I really started focusing on the fundraising orders and the bulk orders and the school orders. And where I really saw another big turn in our business was when I started also outsourcing stuff. So think about this. Let's say a school or an organization or a church is doing a big fundraiser, or the school's doing their field day or something like that. What I would do, instead of turning down that job, I would outsource that job to a local screen printer. So I found a couple screen printers in our area, and sublimators and direct-to-garment and embroidery. Even though I didn't do any of that stuff at the time, my customers never knew that. Okay, so I would outsource those jobs to that screen printer. So think about it. You're doing a front design for a field day for a school, and they need 300 shirts or 200 shirts, right? And I outsource that to the screen printer. I'll go on to the Sanmar website. I'll order 300 shirts. I'll drop ship those shirts directly to my screen printer. Okay, so the only thing I had to do was order 300 shirts. The screen printer gets them. The screen printer's quoting me, so the screen printer can make some money on the shirt. So maybe a front design, who knows? Let's just say for an easy number, they're charging me $2 for the front design of a single color shirt. All right, so I know that on those 300 shirts, I have my cost in the shirt, which is $1.50 to, let's say, $2 again. We got $2 on the cost of the shirt. We have $2 on the screen printer doing each of the shirts. So I have $4 in cost. The great thing about it is the screen printer, you aren't paying them labor, all right? Because you're paying them through them screening the shirts. So it's not like it's an employee weeding all the material and doing all the cutting and pressing and everything else. They're doing it all for you. Okay, and that's the amazing part about outsourcing some big projects like that. So I got $2 in shirt cost, I got $2 in my screen cost, and as far as getting them put onto it, I'll drive over to the screen printers, I pick up the 300 shirts, and I deliver the shirts to the school. $4 in cost. Let's just say I gave the school an amazing deal, and I only sold them to the school for, I don't know, $7 each. That sounds really inexpensive. I know, I'm just using that as an example. $7 each for these shirts for the field day. I had $3 in margins on each one of those shirts. I was making $3 because I had $4 in cost, no labor cost. My only time involved was getting the order from the school and the sizes, and then creating the design that I charge them a setup and design fee for. However, I probably waive it on a big order like that, and then ordering the shirts to the screen printer. So 300 shirts making $3, right? Still a lot of money. $900 for just outsourcing. So just for being the middleman for it, okay? And then I started getting more and more of those orders, and going to and then I really started promoting that I could do screen printing, I could do embroidery, I can do this. I get with a football organization, I can make all their football shirts for their collared shirts, and I could also do their uniforms, and I could also do their spirit gear as well, and make all the shirts for the moms and the cheerleaders and everybody else. So I kind of became their one-stop shop. However, a lot of that stuff, I wasn't making huge margins on it, but when you have 300 shirts and you're making $3 on each one, that's $900 for not doing much at all, okay? And that's another thing that I noticed, because off the start, as you're starting, like Terry's saying, and you're working all these jobs, and you only have so much time in the day to do everything. And you're not to the point yet where you can hire employees to help you. You're not to the point yet where you can stop doing your regular job and just do this full time, because if it doesn't work, you give up your regular job and now you're screwed, right? So that was something that I felt like really helped me. It's almost like I had employees, but I didn't have to pay them, right? I mean, I was paying them for them to produce the shirts for me and things, but I wasn't paying them an hourly fee and all of the actual labor cost. I'm just paying them to create the shirts for me. And I knew what that fixed cost was. Hey, $2 per shirt, you're doing 300, boom, here's your cost, okay? And I didn't have to worry about anything with, okay, they're taking too long, no, it's more material than I thought, or any of this. It's that set cost, I'm good to go. So that's something that I feel like really helped me out and really took my business to the next level as far as getting orders out that I probably and definitely would not have been able to do by myself, because I didn't screen print, I didn't embroider, I didn't do any of that. I focused then on my big fundraising decal orders, or any of my standard decal orders, or my standard shirt orders. And I really started to focus on trying to get away a little bit from the onesie-twosie orders. Because as many of you know, those onesie-twosie orders are what kill us. Okay? So we got to talk to them for a little while. Then they got to pick their design and pick their shirt and pick their this and pick their that. And it just takes so long, and by the time you look at it, you didn't really make a lot of money, but you spent so much time doing this shirt. Now, when it came to doing the spirit gear, I would tell them and say, hey, I can do this shirt for you, but if you get 8 of the other moms or 10 of the other moms to help and come in and they order a shirt too, and again, they're all customized, but now, at least if they're all for the same team, I'm using all the same colors, I can cut them all at the same time, I'm maximizing my productivity, and I'm using that 24-inch vinyl cutter to cut out 10 designs at a time instead of just one design. So now I'm making a lot more money on that order, I'm creating it quicker, I can do more of those. But again, like you're saying, and like Terry was asking, it's just a matter of getting those orders, and there's no just solution to say, hey, I want a lot of customers today, let me snap my finger and here's all of my customers. It doesn't happen that way. And I was no different. I promise you, it took a long time to build a customer base, but you have to stick to it, you have to stay to it, you have to trust it, you have to take care of your customers and make sure you're using quality materials and making a quality product. It will stand out, it will grow, and it will start to snowball. And eventually, at some point, all of our customers that I talk to, it eventually gets to that point when they're determined and they spend that time and they don't get frustrated and they start thinking of new things and different ways to do things and getting that stuff out there to show their awesome product. It starts to snowball, and then what happens is you're like, oh crap, I can't do all these orders, right? And you're like, oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, which is a great thing, don't get me wrong, but be careful with that as well, because you don't want to piss off those customers. And that's another stage that I got into as well, where I had so many orders and I was over promising and saying, hey, I'm going to get you this in 2 days and this in 2 days, and then somebody else, I really need this tomorrow. Okay, I'll get it to you tomorrow. I really need this in 3 days. Okay, I'll get it to you in 3 days. And I would be making all these promises, and even with 24 hours straight of not sleeping, it was physically impossible to do it. And I started to realize that, and then I started sticking to my guidelines as far as, hey, turnaround time is this. If you want it expedited, you can pay a little more, and that's a future vlog, is expedite fees and how we handle all those. So, Terry, I know that wasn't a magical answer to fix everything, but the biggest thing is just stick to it, stay at it, find different avenues like outsourcing screen printing and embroidery and direct-to-garment and different things that can help your business. It's going to grow your business. And what I saw was when I would work with these schools or these churches or organizations and make them 300 shirts or 100 shirts or 50 shirts, then I could also show them, hey, I do decals as well. I do this as well. And it all kind of, again, snowballed from there. And now they're seeing all the different things I can do. You don't have to go out and buy all your screen printing supplies and buy a direct-to-garment machine and buy an embroidery machine. Way too much cost. You're never going to be able to make it up, and you're going to be mediocre at everything instead of being amazing at something. And that's what I focused on. I'm going to be the best with this vinyl cutter and the best at doing all the different things with a vinyl cutter. And there's some awesome screen printers out there that can screen print my shirts for me, and I'm still going to make money. There's some awesome embroiderers out there that can do awesome embroidery work to make me some money. There's awesome sublimators out there to make me some money. Team up with them. I promise you it's going to help you. So I hope this vlog helped you guys out today, at least with some kind of ideas of different things. There's no magic click of the finger that's going to make it happen. Unfortunately, and fortunately, because I think it's the way it should be, is it's hard work, it's determination, it's never giving up on it and focusing on what your goals are, taking care of your customers, and eventually, it may be a month, it may be 6 months, it may be 2 years, it may be 4 years, like it took us to really get to that next level. Stick to it, and your customer base is going to grow, making some awesome product that you do. Alright? So I hope this vlog helped you guys out today. Hopefully you can get a couple ideas of different things that I did that hopefully work for me, and hopefully they'll work for all of you guys as well. That's my goal. And when you have different success stories, if there's something that you learn on the vlog and it works for you, please share it below. That's what really excites me, is seeing you guys succeed and seeing different things or different ideas that help your business and help your business grow and make you more successful, because that's the part that I really enjoy, and that's why I do all of these videos, to see you guys grow and build your business and just get to that point where you're excited doing what you do, you enjoy doing what you do, you're working for yourself, and you're making money, and you can support your family and just do great things with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you get something from it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel right there. Check out all the other vlogs right there. Check out some other cool videos right there, and check out the website right there. I'm in Long Beach. I got to get ready for an 8 a.m. class tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow.